We've got Dim Forest as the weekly challenge, and as our star hero, it's Jerry, who has sort of a chance to reduce the damage that he takes by a negligible amount. He's one of those characters where you're going to use him until it starts getting tricky, and then you swap to somebody better, like Connie or Sasha or Mercer or Yumiko or Rufus or Dwight or anybody. So we'll just use these to check out what we got waiting for us, what's in store in the Dim Forest. Kill the tough walkers. Yes, there's 2 on either side. It's a mission where you certainly, you can use ranged characters. I think that's actually quite a good idea. You might be able to grab, get one of these guys killed pretty quickly, but the others, they might just wander off like this one is. So if you've got a weapon that can reach nice and far, maybe set things alight, that could be a real boon. Otherwise, I would say try and pick one side and focus on that. You're going to need weapons that slow walkers down. You're going to need to be able to take out those big guys as well, so something that hits hard. You need quite a lot of... I think there's a lot of different ways of doing this mission. Personally, I'd be a fan of having Tyrese there, create some of those debuff circles that slow down walkers, cause a lot of harm as they walk through. Just bottleneck them, slow them down, take them down on your pace. I'm thinking maybe... So there's a sniper rifle with incendiary as a trait in the Guild War shop. Hopefully, if you didn't have a decent sniper rifle, you've got hold of that. And you could just at least set those big guys on fire at the very start of the round. Just let them burn down. Search debris of derailed train. Beware of the burning walkers. Okay. Yeah, I know this one. Should be okay to do that. We'll keep Mr. Mercer. No, we'll swiftly swap for Princess. I think better choice for this one. So this is a searchy mission. Glenn comes in handy. Of course, anytime you're doing things like interacting with boxes, opening doors, that kind of thing, yeah, Glenn tends to be useful. Okay, burning walkers, obviously if you attack them in hand-to-hand combat, there's a chance that they will burn you. And that's not a very good thing to have happen. Glenn, of course, just lets you get all of these searched so much more quickly. There is a threat counter, so staying quiet is a good idea. But at the same time, blazing walkers are going to be jumping out from the top of the screen all over the place. Obviously, we were fine to attack them here, but as it goes up in difficulty, if you attack them with a melee character in hand-to-hand combat, those burning walkers are going to inflict more hurt. So that's worth bearing in mind as well. I'd still say always bring Glenn. Being able to search something and then still attack or search again gets the mission done a lot quicker. Glenn's one of those characters, I think his leadership trait really suits the character. I think they really nailed it with his design. He's a great scavenger. Search around the cabin for the loot. Okay, you know what? We're going to go all close combat. And we're going to bring the flag because it's fun. That makes more sense for you. What we could do is we could bring a gallery of tough guys, really tough bruiser types with damage resistance and health and stuff like that. Maybe they would make decent use of Jerry's leadership trait. It's just that when you get to a certain point, any damage that you take is gonna push you straight into the red. So, you know, never have found much of a use for Jerry. Although again, people do rate him for the sort of the PvP things, like having him as a Guild War defender, that kind of thing. I certainly like the fact that some people don't find him completely useless. Okay, so nice big green bar there on the bottom of the screen. Again, easy peasy when it's at a low difficulty. That gets a lot trickier. It's not a huge map. You could always distract the enemy with Walker Mike, Whisperer's Mask, flares, stun grenades, all that kind of stuff. Because it's not about massacring every walker that you come across. It's about searching for the loot and getting out of there. Okay, 3 missions down. What's next? Reroll tokens. I'm going to need those because I was trying to re-roll some of Jerry's traits to make him useful. Didn't work. Another camp for you to loot. Okay, I think I know which one this is. This will be a bit of a change because it's a bigger map. Yes. Now, actually, what I think I've done is made a little bit of a mistake. Because having somebody sort of positioned here, a ranged character, just taking these guys out, it can be pretty handy. Most of these walkers start on fire, which is great. But if you can kind of keep them burning as well, that's really helpful. When you get to those higher difficulty levels and you just, you got plenty of time because it's a fairly big map that they have to make their way around. And setting them on fire can be a very good idea. Obviously, there's a threat counter there. So if we start making noise, we're going to get some unwanted attention. Can always use weapons like the Ruby Reaper that Glenn has there, that reduces threat. Always a nice option to have. Okay, let's get you guys taken care of. Glenn, I mean, you can't really sort of... Jerry, how did you manage to get yourself hurt? I'm not taking the blame for that. Glenn, this is one of those searchy ones where Glenn's maybe not quite as useful as he is on other ones. You can really sort of take your time with this map. Sometimes you kind of have to, especially when it gets to harder difficulties. Definitely recommend incendiary weapons, because you get loads of time for those walkers to burn down. By the time that you're searching things and unlocking that door from the other side, you should have cleared the walkers from the map, really. So, again, that's why I don't think Glenn is perhaps as useful on that searchy mission as he usually is. Into the woods, loot the camp. Okay. We'll give him another go then. Oh yeah, this one. Again, maybe not one where our friend Glenn is absolutely essential. Just because, you got to kind of clear the path anyway. So being able to kill stuff is more useful than being able to search stuff effectively. Jerry's looking at like an absolute hero here. But the truth is he's a pretty bad character. It's just because this is an early difficulty. Let's get that tank out of there. So you're going to need a little something to take care of that, but it's mostly normal walkers. There's a threat counter. So going quiet or reducing threat. That's something that you're going to want to have in your mind. And it's quite a narrow path that you're walking as well. So having weapons with a bit of a spread, you're probably going to get all of those walkers. They're just funneled into a very narrow sort of line in front of you. Tyrese's debuff circles, Beth with her lethal aid. That's pretty useful. And anything that can hit, you know, maybe 3, 4, 5 walkers in front of you. It's a long map as well, so it's another one where, you know, long range weapons, maybe sniper rifles for your hunters could come in useful. Okay, we've already done one of those. Oh, some governor tokens, lovely. Okay. Get to the bunker. Watch out for traps. Okay, let's bring Princess back. Get to the bunker, watch out for the traps. I'm not familiar with this one off the top of my head. Which mission is this? Okay, yes. So if we go over the disturbed ground, big scary things jump out at us. But you can move around the map a lot quicker. I think this strategy is an option on earlier difficulties. You are going to have walkers like that just popping out turn after turn. If you can get ahead of them, if you can get farther to the right of the map, that's a good thing. Another one where there's a threat counter, so you've got to think about the amount of noise that you're making. Connie didn't there. Yeah, get over here. Walkers are just going to start pouring out. It's very easy to get overwhelmed on this one. Thankfully, the actual space where there's the exit tends to stay clear. Another one where having the opportunity to sneak past the walkers, even using things like the CRM axe if you got that, because that allows you to sneak past. Huntsman Daryl, Beta, Flares, the Whisperer's Mask, Walker Mike, all those kinds of things. Again, you got to get to the exit. It's not about killing every single walker that you possibly see. If you can just stun them and then just move on by, brilliant. Now, is that all of the missions done? I think so. So, of course, you need to get at least 610 stars to get the maximum amount of seasonal event tokens that you can get from the weekly challenge. Easy to do that. How long did this take? 14 minutes. Easy to do. And then we're back at the start. So that's what we've got for the Dim Forest. At least you've got Jerry as the star hero to help you through. I'm kidding, he sucks. But hopefully you and your guild can get a fantastic score anyway. If you do have any dramas with any particular mission, let me know, and either I or somebody else will help you. Oh, and I'm really happy at this. Look, rank 57 for last stand. That's after 2 attempts as well. Anyway, good luck to you and your guild for scores on this. Have any dramas, let me know, and I will catch you in the next video.